We ready to say? Well, I think that gave it away right there.
That one swing, right?
We didn't bring in Freddie Freeman to say, Freddie, sorry, you didn't win.
Yeah.
Freddie Freeman, congratulations on the historic walk-off grand slam. That is the legendary moment of this season.
I appreciate that. Thank you, guys. A lot of good nominees right there, too. Everyone deserved this. So, but thank you very much for this. This is pretty cool.
It was so emphatic, but I want to even go back and get your thought on it. It's the 10th inning, bottom of the 10th.
Yep.
All right. So Yankees are up on top 3-2 at that point. And it doesn't, at the time I'm thinking it's not even going to get to the top of the order until Gavin Lux was walked by Jay Cousin. I didn't think it was going to get to the top of the order, Ohtani, and then the rest. What were you thinking as you were kind of deep in the hole there?
Yeah, so once Gavin walked, you could feel the energy in the dugout starting to get going, and then Tommy hit the base hit up the middle that got off the glove of the second baseman. So then we had first and second. So then we were feeling pretty good because we had Shohei coming up. But they brought in Nestor, and he got Shohei out on the first pitch. And then knowing the rules and him Verdugo going into the stands, I kind of figured they would walk Mookie because that would have been on second and third. So I started just going through the plan of what I was going to do and what I was going to look for in that instance. And that's kind of just what I was thinking about the whole time as I was going up to the plate.
What were you thinking? Because I remember as I'm in the stadium, and I see Cortez come out. I see Nestor Cortez come out. And even I'm thinking, whoa, they're bringing in Nestor Cortez. What were you thinking at the time as you're one in the hole at that point? What were you thinking?
Yeah, I mean, they had both warming up, him and Tim Hill. So we were just kind of getting ourselves ready. And then once we saw Nestor get the call, that's when we started going over the video. I actually watched Shohei's at-bats against Nestor to see how he pitched Shohei, because when Shohei gets into the box, everyone's back's against the wall. So I wanted to see what he was going to be throwing to him in that situation. So a lot of cutters and sliders away and fastballs in to up and in to Shohei during his career against Nestor. So that's kind of how I was going into that at bat. So I decided to look closer to me in that instance. So I went swing at the cutter and the slider away so I could just check off those real fast. And thankfully he threw it right where I was looking.
So you're looking at video in the dugout of at bats.
So that's usually what we do. That's usually what we do when a new pitcher is coming in. We kind of look at bats, and usually you look at his last few plate appearances against guys, or just plate appearances against yourself. But since Shohei was already going up, I decided to look at Shohei's and see how he was going to pitch to him.
One last thing, and I'll let Dan join the equation here. Sorry to hog this. I'm fascinated by this because also in my mind, having seen you in the previous series and how hurt you were, I didn't think you could turn. I think that's why the stadium erupted, because it was so violent, because I don't think a lot of people were used to you being able to turn on a pitch given your injury at that point.
Yeah, I hadn't really turned on anything, to be honest with you, in about 3 or 4 weeks. I just really had no front side. The whole playoffs, my front foot just wouldn't turn like I wanted it to. I couldn't stay into that front leg at all. So, but I was feeling so much better going into the World Series. Just got a lot of treatment and got into a good spot. And my first at bat, I hit that triple. So when I ran around the bases and slid into third and got up, and I didn't feel like I was going to fall over, I was like, oh, maybe I'm actually in a really good spot here in the pain wise. So and my hitting was really good the couple of days prior going into. So I was just feeling very confident in where my injuries were and how I was feeling at the plate.
Freddie, it's Dan. When you hit it, did you know it was gone when you hit it?
Oh yeah, I certainly did. Those are the ones when you hit and it starts going up, and you flush it, and you're like, okay, I don't know what happened. I don't know why I pointed like I did. It just kind of happened. That's as cool as I can get, I think. I don't have anything else, but yeah.
Do you remember much of the tour running around the bases? Like, do you remember getting to second and third?
No, I kind of blacked out, to be honest. Like, you just hit a walk-off grand slam in the World Series. It's just kind of, you black out. And usually we wave to our bullpen just because that's kind of what we do throughout the course of the year. But when I went to go wave to them, I looked over there and they were just going nuts. So I figured a wave was not going to do the trick in that moment. So that's when I went with the the flex and the scream at him. So, you know, I don't know. That just kind of happened too, and everything just kind of flowed kind of, you know, naturally. And I think that's what makes it so cool is, you know, you never think about it. It just, whatever happens, makes the moment just a little bit better.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy right now. You're a couple of weeks later now, you're just back to being
Yeah.
a regular dad, right?
Oh, yeah.
Word on the street is you were kind of tugged to get a new pet, maybe a cat named Champ.
Yeah, so this was like a couple days after we won, and you know, we have grinded, so I needed to, I was taking a nap, and we had to go to a dinner just a little bit later, so I was like worn out, and I was like, I'm going to take a nap real quick, and Chelsea was like, oh, there's this a little pet adoption thing where they have a bunch of animals, they'll just stick the kids there for an hour while you rest, and I said, oh, okay, sounds good. Next thing you know, my phone's blowing up, and I'm like, geez, and I look, and it's my wife, so I answered it, and it's literally Charlie on the FaceTime saying, Daddy, can we get a cat? And like over and over and over just asking me, and I like, how do you say no to an 8-year-old? It was hard. I couldn't. And 20 minutes later, there's a new cat named Champ in our house. So he's actually a great cat. So I'm okay with it.
Excellent. Freddie, before we go, like your son Max, how is he doing? A lot of people were wondering how he's doing. A health update?
Yeah, he's doing really well. He just finished PT about an hour ago. He's so ahead of schedule, according to our neurologist and all our physical therapists. So he's doing really well. He's getting a lot more flexion into his ankles, into his knees. So his walking is starting to get more and more normal looking. So we are right on the right trajectory here. So hopefully by the time you guys see him in person in spring training or whatever, you'll just see him running around like a normal 4-year-old then.
Oh, that's fantastic. A lot of people so happy with that, praying for you and hoping for the best. And Freddie, again, we say it even behind the scenes, couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Congratulations on the success and the legendary moment. That was fantastic. Congratulations.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Dan, very much. We'll talk soon.
All right. Got it.